Hey guys, welcome to another episode of WYAT. So during this circuit breaker period, I'm very sure you have heard of the app called Zoom. So this video conferencing app allows us to communicate with our colleagues and more importantly to keep in touch with our loved ones. So in order to make life a little bit more interesting for me, I have decided to spice up the meeting room of Zoom. So here's how I do it. Hey guys, right now you are in my Zoom recording, so I'm just trying to share with you today how you can make things a little bit interesting during your Zoom session. So if you don't know by now, this is Zoom, and what you see here is probably very familiar to most of you, where there are many Zoom meetings where you communicate with your colleagues and your loved ones via video conferencing during this circuit breaker period. And one of the things that you can do is create a virtual background for your Zoom. So right now you see that I have a background of my living room and it's not very interesting. So how to make it a little interesting is there is a video settings here. So during any meeting sessions you can adjust your video settings. Right, so if you have a secondary camera, it will show up here. Right now I only have my camera from my tiny little camera from my computer, so it says it's a FaceTime camera here. And if you want, you can actually mirror your video, which in essence, if you want the right to be right, it just shows it. So I'm pointing my left hand and you see it's my left, and if I'm showing my right, I'm not sure why they put that in the first place, but so and there is a touch up your appearance, which might prove to be very helpful for the ladies especially, but I don't see any difference for me. Perhaps I'm not good looking enough. Anyway, here's where everybody is interested, which is the virtual background. And Zoom does provide a couple of virtual backgrounds like the Golden Gate Bridge, and well, this is a little bit interesting, but I like to download my own backgrounds, so I will license some stock footage, something like a Christmas background like this, which makes it a little bit more interesting, at least for me. And not only for still images, you can also upload things like a video. So I like this a lot. It reminds me of the outdoors that I cannot go to, especially this circuit breaker period, right? And even, you know, something like this reminds me of the holidays that I cannot go to during this circuit breaker period, right? And this is pretty helpful, especially when your living room is a little bit messy. Okay, you can license a very nice little photo of the living room and really show it off during your video conferencing sessions. Right, so there you have it. My advice for you today is really, it doesn't have to be so boring. Your Zoom session, you can really make things a little bit interesting. Download a virtual background, make it a little bit more interesting. And there you have it. Another advice for you to really keep your spirits up during this circuit breaker period. So here's wishing you well. I'll see you in another episode.